So I just want to give an update. The next two update is regard to the design itself. Right now at the moment, I'm kind of experimenting a little bit. Now, to be honest, I haven't gone as much out as I would like. I'll even be clear about that. Mostly due to the fact that a lot of important things have been happening over the last 3 weeks. But I have been trying to nail down the design a bit more. Wait, hang on. Whoops, now I'm gonna accent. Now, what I've at least got like a nice silhouette idea now of the character. So, I've got things to work with when it comes to the character in particular. And that helped me kind of think about how I'm going to go about this. Because now that I've got a relative idea in my mind about the character, I can refine it and clean it up. Specifically, I'm actually going to go for a more red with flame kind of aesthetic rather than the original kind of purple aesthetic I was going for. And the reason being is I just kind of want to give him a hot shot red, you know? And the purple and the blue kind of came out of nowhere. They were kind of like going for the 80s aesthetic, I guess. Maybe a little bit, I think, even by accident. Let's be honest here, the music is kind of, it feels like it's way from the 80s. But the problem with that is that it didn't tie as much into the character itself. And so I had a lot of clashing between like different colors, you know, like red and the red and purple, and then having the purple come with blue. They were all starting to really clash and overlap, you know. It was cool, but it can only work up to a certain point before it starts to get a bit obnoxious to work with, when I could really go for something that's more consistent, and I think looks better, you know, give the idea of the Phantom Racer a bit more, you know, something with a bit more bite to it, you know. Now, what I want to really do next, as I said before, is really experiment on like trying to get that red line kind of feel out of the animation. So next, one could go some free time, because right now my birthday's coming up in a couple of days, and that's part of the reason I'm so busy, because I'm trying to get ready for it. There's a lot of different things I have to do, like, you know, meeting a whole bunch of different people that, like, you know, all my friends and whatnot. It's a bit difficult to arrange that for someone like me, so I have to like prepare earlier ahead of time. And so, you know, I'm hoping that I can kind of get this design to work along with it, but I've been improving my speed a little bit. The main, as I mentioned earlier in the comment on the last video, the main issue is getting started rather than working itself. Because I work on a lot of different things at once. I mentioned Fawn before, and I'll get more into that, but it is one big focus, you know. I am animating even as we speak, but I'm not animating always on Phantom. That's kind of, I'm not animating on Phantom, I'm more drawing up concepts for Phantom, because I'm not up to that stage yet. The animation stage will be fun though once I get to it. I'm just not good with the concept art stage. But yeah, I suppose the point I was trying to make is, well, you know, I just wanted to let everyone know about, like, the state I'm in at the moment. I am sorry that, I said I'd, you know, maybe give an update, like, a week or two ago, and frankly, I didn't. So, I think what I need to do is stop making, you know, promises about delivering content at specific times I can't keep. Because I know when other people made promises, like, you know, if they made lots of promises and they keep breaking them, they look a bit untrustworthy, you know, and frankly, I'd rather be as honest as I can when it comes to the channel. So yeah, you know, I think it's just that I overestimated how much work it would just take just to get even this out, because I'm doing not just one project at once. That's really as simple as it can be. Now, what I was trying to experiment up here, some of these skull shots are pretty derpy, but like I want to go for something that like allows for conveying a lot of emotion, because when it comes down to it, you know, it is really, really important that the Phantom himself can convey a lot of emotion. Now, I have a little bit of trouble with that with the skull, because mostly because I was trying to keep to a more strictly like hard skull rather than flexible kind of skull where the skull bends in shape. This is a Phantom though. This is like a wraith. This is like a guy who is basically a ghost. He's not really like a physical form. So I should really be a lot more flexible with like allowing parts of these, like, you know, face and whatnot to bend and stretch and do stuff like that. I just have to keep it on track for obvious reasons. I have to keep it like kind of on model within reason. I can't like go overboard with like making it too derpy, you know. So there's that. But I really do have to get around to making some of the redline dissection videos because it's important to keep in mind how like cars specifically were animated in that like particular movie, because that's going to be like really important thing that will help me. Because I don't usually animate cars in general. Like, I animate people, or like animate like figures and stuff like that. Mainly I do a lot of effect work. I like to do like things where like say for example a character is like going really fast, I may will do like sonic booms and stuff like that. I don't always push the characters as dynamically as I could. Mostly because I'm kind of afraid of going off proportion. It's a very common problem for me, actually. But I hope I've elaborated on all the major issues there. So there's that. Now, I want to be clear about something. And this is in regard to Fawn. Now, Fawn, just to let you guys know, is my indie game that I'm making at the moment. And it is the main reason I've made this channel. Like, I have two reasons. One is I can show my stuff as an animator. I can show that I could be a great animator. Like, it's pride. It's basically a sense of pride, and me wanting to do things that I'm passionate in. Like I don't do this Phantom video just like just make some animations, just add some shit to your channel. No, I want to do it because I enjoy the idea of the Phantom racing. I've always wanted to create an animation. So I thought, well, why not? But like when it comes to the game itself that I'm making, like the secondary purpose, which is that of the game, is that I'm trying to promote the game and make sure that people know about it, so that in future, when I release a lot of content regarding the game, people know about it, and I'll have a chance to build an audience. Because a lot of indie developers make a mistake of not building up an audience until it's too late, until they've only got a couple months left, before the game comes out. And at the very least, I want people to know about it, because I think what I do, like in terms of animation, will be very fitting, for the game itself as well. It's very 80s inspired. I'll tell you that. It is very 80s inspired. Even with the pixel art kind of style, I'm going for like an 80s color scheme kind of look. I'm trying to go for more realistic anatomy, or not realistic, but like more like humanly proportionate in terms of like most animations these days, especially Western animations. A lot of them don't try to push out for that like 80s hardcore muscular kind of look, that real hardcore kind of feel that a lot of them have. Not all of them have muscular look, but like they have like high level detail, like in animation in terms of like say for example Gundams, you get like Gundams like having the sharp like mechanical kind of feel, like where they go, they click into gear, or you get like fixing North Star, for example, and other shit like that, being really fit, bulked up men who are what, they're not always well animated, but come the 80s animation's not always that great. But there's like a lot of like that kind of feel, the certain type of feel that I'm going for. I don't just want to go full cartoonish. I want to go more proportionate when I can, but also put a bit of exaggeration, like dynamic exaggeration, and taking a few of the cool animation effects from the current day. Like for example, with One Punch Man, or stuff like that. There's like really talented animators of the modern day as well that like I'm taking a little bit of inspiration from when it comes to how like characters move. But anyway, the point, I'm getting a little bit off topic, but the point still stands that basically I'm really just in the end of the day trying to make sure I have a good foundation so I can continue forward in the future for like when I'm making the game. It's not just me who's making it. There are other people who, want this game to be a thing too, because they helped make it as well. Like I've got like everyone on the team being like quite talented in their own right, in some way or another. From like great, writers on the team to like, great musician to like, coders and shit like that. Like, and even like people who used to work on the game, like, concept artists and, animators as well. Like, pretty much all of them were talented. So yeah, like, I've got a lot of, there's a lot of reason for me to make sure this game, succeeds, and not just for that, but just for my dream as well, like my dream of becoming like, I know I say it, I'm really trying to reach that status of being like, remembered as a talented animator and talented game maker, someone that like people, people see me and they, associate with me like with being like a quality, principled kind of guy. Like, I mean, I'm trying to be more principled in the current indie development scene. Holy shit. I'm not happy about that. But that's not important. I suppose like what's important is that I want people to at least remember me for like making work that inspired them, making work that like truly like gave them something to enjoy. In the same way that like a lot of like animators of the past have done that, or like a lot of people who made like Studio Ghibli, for example. I said Ghibli instead of Ghibli. Is it Ghibli or Ghibli? Oh, fucking hell, I don't know. Fuck it, I don't care. I'll figure it out later. But well, there's plenty of those kind of people who directly inspired me, and I really want to do the same thing because I don't see enough people trying to reach for like trying to achieve the same kind of status. I don't see many people at all do that, and I think that's a damn shame. I see a lot of people who don't believe in themselves enough that they can achieve something great, and I think that's sad. I want to see people achieve their best, And now, in order to do that, I think some of the best way is just to do the same thing that, inspired me. Not everyone will try and do it, but I think more people should. More people definitely should. Because right now, like I see a generation of like, sorry if it's going to get way off topic, but fuck it. I see like a generation of like, max amount of like, corporatism. Max amount of like, lack of passion where, you get all these cynical fucking like, your games and like media and shit that's just monopolizing and corporatizing once great legacies, even great goddamn legacies. I mean, you look at like Star Wars, Marvel, DC. I mean, they were legendary franchises. Well, not franchise like I mean, Star Wars is a franchise, but like Marvel and DC had multiple franchises built into them. But great lines, great legacies made by people who gave a fuck about what they were doing, and now they huck the shell. And I think if no one makes any new pieces of work, we won't have as many like in the work in the future. We have to keep at least for me, I think, like I feel like we should have more people trying to keep the idea of like creating legendary work going, because like people can criticize and people can like make like good commentary videos and whatnot, but I think the hardest thing that people think that people think they're not even capable of is, creating these work themselves, like, and I want to bring back that golden 80s era. Like, 80s wasn't perfect, but like, I think like if you look at Japan, for example, you look at there's a lot of passionate creators who were able to just do whatever the fuck they wanted. They were able to just do whatever they wanted and reach to the stars, take their work and go right as far as they could. And I just don't see enough of that. I mean, there's definitely some people do it, definitely. But I want to see more of it. I mean, I see, for example, Gilded Guy, Gilded Guy, I use an example because it's clear that he put a lot of passion and heart into every animation he does. He's only done like 5 really big core animations, but he's left a mark, Oh, excuse me. He's left a goddamn mark, And I think that like, the idea of leaving a mark like that, inspiring other people. Well, I want a Gilded Guy to know. Well, once I get up to being a full hardcore animator, I want to let that guy know that he did inspire other people. And good on him for doing so, And I'm hoping that I can achieve the same thing, I mean, I shouldn't say I hope, because hope won't get you anywhere. You have to kind of just do it, I don't know, I mean, that's probably me just being stubborn, but hey, stubbornness got me this far, Hopefully it can get me a lot further. I really have to be more persistent with working on Phantom though. Like, not persistent, more consistently working. Like, I don't work on Phantom every day. I work on Phantom like once to twice a week. And every time I work like, once to twice a week, I get a lot of work done. But I could do a lot more if I was like, being a bit more consistent with the amount of time. Even then, actually, I wouldn't say once to twice a week for Phantom. I kind of left it over the last 2 weeks, becoming very busy. Preparing for my birthday, stuff like that. Anyway, I think that's about all. I kept the video kind of rambling for a little bit too long. I mean, I'm trying to keep the video just short because they're just meant to be updates. But yeah, thank you to anyone who's sticking around. I know Bella, I think it was. Bella's been someone who's been commenting on the videos, you know, looking at progress. And thank you for that. I really do appreciate that. I'm just hoping I can make this. No, not gonna say hope. I'm aiming to try and make this, you know, the best thing I can, you know, with my current skill. I want to make each and every animation that I make truly, like, shine. Like, shine like no tomorrow. Because I have pride in an animator. I'm not going to half-arc my animations, you know. So, anyway, that's about it. I'm going to press the stop button now.